What's up and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today I'm talking about a new-ish Netflix film starring Black Adam, Deadpool, and Wonder Woman, all on the same thing. It is Red Notice. Red Notice is ultimately about a group of characters all after the same exact thing. A trio of highly desired and rare eggs that were initially created for Cleopatra of Egypt, and they have since been spread around the world. When a special FBI profiler is wrongfully arrested for stealing one of them, he teams up with other crooks to find the rest of the eggs in order to clear his name. But when all of these crooks try to constantly one-up each other, the mission begins to get a little bit more complicated than need be. So I think along with everybody else in the world, what interested me to see in this movie the most was the cast. We got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we got Ryan Reynolds, we got Gal Gadot, which for any movie sounds like a good time and is shockingly a surprising list of leads for a Netflix film. But I think it goes without saying that a cast does not make a movie. Without these specific people playing these specific characters, would many people still be interested in seeing the movie? I'm honestly not sure, but I mean, if that's the point, and I won't really fault it for that. For instance, the entire series of the Expendables movies, they're all ensemble films. They aren't trying to make unique characters, they're trying to first cast these action stars and then come up with a characterized variation of each of them. And Red Notice is no different. The Rock acts exactly like The Rock, and even goes on to have a scene in this movie that takes place in the jungle because of course he does. Ryan Reynolds acts like his old, sarcastic, goofy action star self, and Gal Gadot acts like Wonder Woman. It is what it is, and if that sounds like a good time to you, then you'll more than likely enjoy the film. The plot, however, is easily the weakest aspect, as it's not just about one MacGuffin, it's about three. But you know what it reminded me of? Octopussy, the James Bond movie where he's after a stolen Fabergé egg that looks eerily similar to the Cleopatra eggs found in this movie. So, that's kind of cool if you're also a fan of James Bond, given how this movie definitely has some serious espionage vibes, but at this point, most people aren't really that familiar with a lot of the classic James Bond movies. And Octopussy is one of the worst James Bond movies out there. So, I don't know if it was supposed to be a nod or not, but Yeah, the story here, nothing spectacular, but I did have fun with some of the filming locations, even if some of them look kind of awful in terms of some of its visuals. There's a specific scene, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you saw the movie, but it takes place in a coliseum, and it just looks so fake. But, what about comedy? The movie is obviously built around being a comedy, so is it funny? I honestly did have a few chuckles here and there. I wouldn't immediately say it's gut-bustingly hilarious, as some of the jokes did fall flat for me here and there, but I did find a good chunk of them to work for me, and as an icing on the cake, I actually found a lot of the action scenes to be filmed and edited together really, really well. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and just break down my final score for a second. From a technical, unbiased perspective, I think Red Notice is essentially everything it sought out to be. If you're one of these people that hates it, I think you're misunderstanding the point in the first place. If you're somebody that's calling it stupid, again, you're missing the point. It's supposed to be. These people are just having fun making a movie together, and you can really feel that chemistry between them all. So is it a great technical marvel that people will be talking about for years? No. It is fine though. So this unbiased score is 72%. As for how I personally felt about the movie, or my biased score, that's a little bit higher because in general I realize that it's not supposed to be this perfect thing. And it's mostly just having fun with itself, and because it never really took itself super seriously, I was able to also have a good time in general with it. So while my score isn't perfect, it does reflect a general good time with a rating of 76%, meaning at the end of the day, when we combine those two scores together, we come to the final rating of 74%. 74 out of 100 possible stars, or a B- letter grade. Now, have you guys seen Red Notice? And if you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out.
Dave examines movies we just watch for fun. Davey is the expert. He is the